Millions of leaked documents, names that shock the world, secrets the powerful hoped you'd never see. The Epstein files are shaking the internet, and the truth is darker than anyone imagined. Stay tuned. Millions of documents, hundreds of shocking revelations, and names that most people never expected to see. The Epstein files have taken the internet by storm. From leaked court documents to flight logs, financial records, and settlement agreements, these files expose a network of influence, power, and secrecy that stretches across politics, business, and entertainment. For years, Jeffrey Epstein operated in the shadows, allegedly manipulating powerful individuals and exploiting countless victims, while many systems of accountability appeared to fail or turn a blind eye. The internet is flooded with discussions, social media debates, and viral posts analyzing each new leak as it emerges, sparking a global obsession. People are captivated not only by the alleged crimes, but by the sheer audacity of the alleged network and how deeply it implicates individuals once thought untouchable. The shocking aspect of the Epstein files is not just the scale of the revelations, but the patterns they reveal about wealth, privilege, and systemic failures, how certain people may operate above the law, and how secrecy and influence can allow serious crimes to persist. Every new leak uncovers layers of connections between high-profile figures, unknown intermediaries, and legal loopholes that, if scrutinized properly, expose a world most people are barely aware exists. As the world scrambles to process each revelation, the files highlight an uncomfortable truth about society. Power, money, and influence can shield individuals from the consequences of their actions. These leaks do more than just shock. They challenge the perception of justice, morality, and accountability in modern society. They also raise critical questions about who truly holds power, how systems fail to protect the vulnerable, and why the truth often takes years or decades to emerge. Social media platforms are littered with summaries, reactions, and speculation, and each new post contributes to an ever-growing narrative as journalists, commentators, and ordinary people dissect the files to understand what they reveal. The shocking nature of the Epstein files is not limited to the alleged misconduct itself, but also extends to the astonishing network of enablers, observers, and individuals who allegedly benefited from silence, complicity, or deliberate inaction. These leaks have prompted a reckoning in public discourse, raising conversations about accountability, transparency, and the limits of influence. Every document analyzed, every connection drawn, and every revelation shared online compounds the narrative that the Epstein files are more than just court records. They are a dark mirror reflecting the depths of human greed, manipulation, and the often hidden structures that allow crimes to persist. As viewers continue to dissect each leak, one thing becomes clear. The Epstein files are reshaping public understanding of power, privilege, and justice, and the internet is watching every detail unfold with a mixture of horror, fascination, and disbelief. The Epstein files at their core are an unprecedented compilation of legal documents, court filings, witness statements, flight logs, and financial records that paint a detailed picture of Jeffrey Epstein's operations and network. These documents include allegations of sexual exploitation, trafficking, and abuse, but they also extend far beyond criminal activity. They reveal the systems that allowed such behavior to persist unchecked, exposing gaps in law enforcement, judicial discretion, and institutional oversight. What makes these files particularly explosive is the breadth of individuals connected, either directly or indirectly, to Epstein. From politicians and business moguls to celebrities and foreign dignitaries, the records suggest a web of connections that reaches into virtually every sphere of influence. While many names are still under investigation, the documents provide enough detail to alarm the public and spark intense debate over accountability and morality. Flight logs showing movements of Epstein and his associates reveal patterns of access that suggest privilege and immunity from scrutiny. Legal settlements, sometimes sealed under mysterious circumstances, hint at powerful mechanisms used to silence victims and avoid public exposure. Meanwhile, social media platforms have become the epicenter of public engagement, with thousands of users dissecting every revelation and debating the implications. News outlets are publishing analyses, investigative journalists are uncovering deeper connections, and public interest continues to swell. The Epstein files are not just a story about one man's alleged crimes. They are a window into systemic failures and the potential abuse of influence by the powerful. Each leaked document adds nuance, context, and often more questions than answers, making the internet an arena of discussion, speculation, and outrage. What initially began as a criminal investigation has now transformed into a global phenomenon, challenging citizens to reconsider assumptions about justice, privilege, and secrecy. This context is crucial for understanding why these files are not only shocking, but also historically significant. They provide a rare glimpse into a network that, for years, remained shrouded in mystery, highlighting the fragility of societal safeguards when confronted with extreme power, money, and influence. What makes the Epstein files truly shocking is the scale and audacity of the alleged operations. Beyond the crimes themselves, the documents expose a network that spans continents, involves numerous high-profile figures, and illustrates the extreme lengths taken to maintain secrecy. Many viewers are stunned by how easily someone like Epstein could navigate elite circles, travel internationally, and allegedly manipulate both legal and social systems without significant early repercussions. From secretive private jets and luxurious properties to international contacts and elite parties, the files paint a portrait of wealth and privilege protecting one individual from accountability. The alleged involvement of influential figures only intensifies the public's reaction. As each name surfaces, debates flare about complicity, negligence, and ethical responsibility. The files also reveal the systemic failures in legal institutions, cases delayed, victims silenced through settlements, and law enforcement agencies criticized for their handling of complaints. Online, the shocking nature of these revelations has fueled viral content, memes, and detailed analysis videos, each dissecting who was involved, what was covered up, and how society failed to protect the most vulnerable. The internet is particularly captivated by the juxtaposition of opulence and exploitation. While Epstein and his associates allegedly moved through elite circles, victims reportedly suffered in ways that exposed the dark underbelly of privilege. This contrast between extreme wealth and systemic failure challenges societal norms, compelling viewers to confront uncomfortable realities. Additionally, the leaked documents raise questions about how much information the public is entitled to and whether justice can ever truly be served. Many social media threads highlight the most scandalous revelations, prompting a mix of outrage, disbelief, and fascination. The Epstein files are not just shocking because of the individual crimes. They are shocking because they reveal the depth of societal structures that allowed such crimes to persist for years, exposing how power, secrecy, and privilege can shield individuals in ways most people would find incomprehensible. Every new leak adds another layer of astonishment, keeping the internet engrossed and public curiosity at an all-time high. The Epstein files contain several revelations that are as shocking as they are disturbing, each one revealing layers of complexity and secrecy that have captured global attention. Among the most eye-opening are flight logs documenting Epstein's private travel, showing not only his extensive network of associates, but also the access he allegedly had to influential figures across the globe. These logs include numerous high-profile names, raising questions about who knew what and to what extent they may have been involved or complicit. Legal settlements buried in the files reveal the use of non-disclosure agreements and secret payments that may have silenced victims for years, preventing them from speaking publicly or seeking justice. Court filings detail repeated allegations of sexual misconduct and trafficking, often highlighting the vulnerability of victims and the apparent ability of Epstein and his associates to evade scrutiny. Perhaps most alarming is the revelation of systemic failure at multiple levels, from law enforcement to the judiciary, suggesting that privilege and influence were able to shield him from accountability far longer than should have been possible. Analysts and investigative journalists have begun mapping connections between Epstein and major political figures, financiers, and entertainers, illustrating a network that spans multiple continents. The files also highlight the operational sophistication of Epstein's activities, including complex financial arrangements, real estate holdings in several countries, and highly coordinated movements designed to avoid public attention. Social media has amplified these revelations, with commentators, amateur sleuths, and journalists alike dissecting each leak, debating the implications, and raising questions about transparency and justice. Each new release seems to uncover more surprising details, from previously unknown associates to documents that contradict earlier public statements about Epstein's activities and network. The files force society to confront uncomfortable truths about power and the ways it can distort justice, protect the privileged, and silence the vulnerable. These revelations are not merely shocking because of the alleged crimes themselves. They are shocking because they reveal the immense structural and social failures that allowed such crimes to continue. Every new document, every leaked page adds a layer of context that is both enlightening and disturbing, making the Epstein files one of the most significant leaks of the decade and cementing their place as a global phenomenon that continues to dominate headlines, social media, and public discourse. One of the most attention-grabbing elements of the Epstein files is the list of names, high-profile individuals whose connection to Epstein has sparked outrage, speculation, and intense media scrutiny. While some names are directly linked through documented interactions, others appear in flight logs, emails, or financial records, raising questions about association, influence, and possible complicity. Politicians, celebrities, business magnates, and even academics have been mentioned. And while many deny wrongdoing, the mere presence of their names in the files has fueled public fascination and controversy. The way these individuals allegedly interacted with Epstein, attended his gatherings, or participated in flights has created an online frenzy, with commentators analyzing each connection to determine whether it suggests knowledge, endorsement, or direct involvement. Certain names have dominated headlines, not because of proven guilt, but due to their social and political prominence, highlighting the tension between reputation, influence, and public curiosity. The media has faced the challenge of reporting responsibly while public interest remains insatiable, and social media amplifies every rumor, clarification, or expert analysis. Moreover, these revelations have prompted debates about privilege, how certain individuals can operate in circles of influence while others remain under scrutiny, and whether justice is truly applied equally. Analysts note that understanding the significance of these names requires context, who they are, their public roles, and the degree to which they may have had knowledge of Epstein's actions. Some names appear multiple times in different types of documents, while others are mentioned once, leading to speculation and intense online discussion about the meaning of each reference. The Epstein files thus do more than expose one man's alleged crimes. They illuminate an entire network of individuals, raising profound questions about accountability, social responsibility, and how wealth and influence may shield people from scrutiny. For the public, these names serve as a powerful reminder that no one, no matter how famous or powerful, can escape the curiosity and investigative spirit of a global audience eager to uncover the truth. Each new revelation about controversial figures keeps viewers engaged, commenting, and sharing, ensuring the Epstein files remain a persistent topic of viral conversation across platforms. The fascination with the Epstein files is not merely about criminal allegations. It's about the sheer scale, secrecy, and perceived audacity of the network involved, which has captured global attention and ignited an internet obsession unlike any in recent memory. Social media platforms are flooded with commentary, analyses, and speculation, ranging from carefully researched breakdowns by investigative journalists to viral memes and reaction videos created by ordinary users. The public's obsession stems from multiple factors: the mysterious nature of Epstein's operations, the high-profile individuals allegedly involved, the shocking details of alleged abuse, and the apparent failure of systems designed to enforce justice. Each new leak fuels further curiosity, prompting debates, fact-checking threads, and videos that attempt to summarize or explain the complex web of information. Online forums dissect flight logs, settlements, and emails, often connecting dots that are difficult to follow without intensive scrutiny, while YouTube channels provide narrative-driven summaries that make the material accessible to millions. The files have become a lens through which the public examines societal issues such as privilege, accountability, and systemic failure. The obsession is also driven by the dark allure of hidden truths. People are drawn to information that feels forbidden or suppressed, creating a sense of urgency to know more. Internet algorithms amplify this engagement, pushing content to viewers based on curiosity, emotional response, and trending discussions, which in turn increases the virality of each new revelation. Even casual viewers are drawn into the discussion because the files touch on universal questions of morality, justice, and power. The Epstein files have become more than news. They are a social phenomenon that merges investigative journalism, public discourse, and viral content. Every article, video, and discussion thread adds to the sense of a story that is both unfolding in real time and endlessly captivating, making it impossible for the public to turn away. The online obsession demonstrates the power of transparency, the fascination with elite privilege, and the global hunger for truth, as millions of viewers continue to watch, analyze, and debate the implications of each leak with fervent interest. Ultimately, the Internet's fixation is fueled not just by the allegations themselves, but by the human desire to understand a world that often seems hidden, complex, and disturbingly unaccountable. The Epstein files are a stark reminder of the complexities and failures inherent in systems designed to protect the vulnerable and hold the powerful accountable. They illustrate a reality in which privilege, secrecy, and influence intersect to allow criminal activity to persist, often shielded from scrutiny. Beyond the sensational headlines, these files provide an opportunity to analyze patterns of behavior, structural weaknesses, and societal blind spots that have long gone unchallenged. The revelations force us to confront uncomfortable truths, that no one, regardless of wealth or influence, is beyond question, yet simultaneously, some can evade accountability for extended periods due to systemic flaws. For viewers, the files are both horrifying and enlightening, exposing not only Epstein's alleged crimes, but also the networks and mechanisms that facilitated them. They highlight the need for transparency, rigorous oversight, and public engagement to ensure justice is not selectively applied. The Internet's response, a mixture of shock, curiosity, outrage, and discussion, underscores the global significance of the files and their capacity to inform public discourse. Analysts, journalists, and ordinary citizens dissect the leaks, examining connections, implications, and broader societal consequences, reinforcing the idea that information, once in the public domain, is a powerful tool for understanding and accountability. The Epstein files thus serve as a case study in modern power dynamics, showing how influence can protect wrongdoing while public scrutiny seeks to expose it. They also remind us that the pursuit of truth is ongoing. With each leak, additional details emerge, new analyses are conducted, and more questions are asked. As the story continues to unfold, viewers are compelled to remain informed, to question authority, and to critically evaluate the structures that allow such networks to exist. Ultimately, the Epstein files are more than a scandal. They are a profound lesson in transparency, societal oversight, and the enduring human quest for justice in the face of concentrated power and secrecy. As the Epstein files continue to dominate headlines and ignite discussion across social media, viewers are encouraged to engage actively with the content and the broader conversation. Each new revelation, document, or report provides not only shocking insights, but also an opportunity for reflection and debate about accountability, morality, and the role of privilege in society. By commenting, sharing, and discussing these leaks, audiences contribute to a collective understanding that goes beyond passive consumption of sensational stories. The files also serve as a springboard for critical thinking, encouraging viewers to question systems of power, legal frameworks, and societal norms that may have enabled wrongdoing. This is why engagement is essential. It transforms passive viewing into active participation in a larger dialogue about justice and transparency. Subscribing to channels that provide detailed, thoughtful analysis ensures that audiences remain informed as new documents emerge and interpretations evolve. Every like, comment, and share not only supports the creators providing this content, but also amplifies the reach of information, helping it penetrate broader audiences who might otherwise remain unaware. Moreover, discussions sparked by the Epstein files foster a global community of informed citizens, individuals who are capable of analyzing complex networks of influence and understanding the deeper implications of elite privilege and secrecy. Viewers are encouraged to reflect on what they see, compare official reports with leaked documents, and engage in respectful debate to extract truth from speculation. Ultimately, the Epstein files are more than shocking revelations. They are a call to awareness, a challenge to question societal structures, and an invitation to hold power accountable. The Internet's obsession is a testament to the enduring human drive to uncover truth, demand justice, and grapple with the uncomfortable realities of society, ensuring that the conversation around Epstein and his network remains alive, relevant, and deeply impactful for years to come.